Check 1 2, check 1 2. Oh, that sound weird? I bet it did. Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. I guess I should stop this and just get straight into the episode, because we're no longer starting soon, are we? We've started. And yeah, fuck. Get right at the start of it and I forgot what I was going to say. You know what, I'm just going to start the intro and just get right into this episode, fuck it.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
However, experience
saying the earth is round
the
and not
suppository of all wisdom.
They're the so-called man caves where many husbands who
They patriots all across Australia.
on their own.
Dividing people into groups of racist, racist. Well, then you're a racist.
In our democracy and way of life
One in
and
six
culture, and I
Australians
believe
is
it's
now
not.
living off the
They're
dole.
being persecuted for expressing their right to
We don't want
free speech.
Australia to be overrun by these people.
And I got obsessed with my body straight away.
Indeed. Well, we're in the grip of the Ice Age, the dealing and use of the drug ice.
On religious preaching in Rundle Mall.
Australian flag, Anzac Day, the national anthem, bacon.
Hey, welcome to the Local Rag Podcast. I'm, as always, Adam Sage, and yeah, the new thing with this podcast is, yeah, from start to finish now, it is going to be live. So, yeah, I don't know how things are going to go. I'm not going to be editing anything anymore. It's just gonna be going to air as it is, and it's gonna sound however it's gonna sound. I mean, yeah, that could be a possibility. I don't even know if that's coming up. I just assume it is because I can hear it through my headphones. I mean,
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
yeah, all of that right then could have been absolutely nothing, including the intro, including the fact that yes, I'm going out live on YouTube because fuck it. I figured, like, you know, I don't care if I get kicked off. I don't care if whatever. I just thought it'd be more fun for the podcast if yeah, I not only, as I always do, and there's my of long-time listeners will know, I always have a burping fit at the start of every episode because I always like to drink alcohol, and the alcohol I'm drinking tonight would be red wine. Yeah, and hang on. It is McGinnon. That's always a good name for wine, isn't it? When it sounds fucking like Irish or Scottish. You always know you're getting a good wine, especially in Adelaide. When it does not in any way sound French or fucking, I don't know, like German or whatever. Yeah, McGinnon. Black Label Red. They're just doubling up there, aren't they? Black Labeled Red. I don't know, it was like $35, honestly. Yeah, it was like $35 for 6 bottles. That's why I brought it, I'm not going to lie. And I am drinking it chilled because I'm not a savage. I live in the era of refrigeration, so I drink my red wine, you know, refrigerated, chilled. And I am drinking it out of my newly acquired ladder with router. No, it's not a conservative, I don't know, networking show, Louder with Router. I guess that's what that would be. No, I'm drinking it from my hand-etched Louder with Crowder coffee mug. So that will give certain people new to the podcast and new to the new format kind of the way I'm leaning at the moment. That's not to say I lean all the way that way, or that, you know, I do not have a mind that can be changed, or you cannot change my mind. But I'm a centrist now. Like, when this podcast started out, I was so fucking left. Like, I did not think I could get any more fucking left than I was. And then, like, the gay marriage thing happened, and I was 100% a yes voter, 100% on the side of that. 100%, like, just behind it the whole fucking way. Because why not? Like, it's liberty, and I'm all for fucking personal liberties. I guess I don't know. Here's the thing with, like, paying attention to American politics, because you have to, because let's face it, America is America, and I'm talking about the North America, the United States of actual America. Yeah, no, who am I kidding? Well, I'm not offending anybody when I say the USA is the actual America, not the Americas. Anyway, you have to pay attention to that, because if you don't, well, then you don't know what's going to happen, like, where you're living. And where I'm living is Australia. So I need to pay attention to that. And where was I going with? Oh, that's right. Liberty. Right, because, personal liberty, being able to, like, freedom meaning liberty, is what I'm about. Like, you can do whatever you want. If you're a gay person and you want to get married, then fucking go ahead. Be a gay person and marry another gay person. Have yourself a fucking gay wedding. Have yourself a gay marriage. Your marriage is going to be, like, totally gay. So go ahead. Have your gay marriage. And it's all, like, gay and shit. Because it's like two gay dudes getting married, and that's like, it's marriage, but it's like gay. I'm just fucking with you. I don't give a fuck. No, go for it. But, you can't, like, tell me that I can't talk about it in that way. Because, as, I support your right to have your gay marriage, your marriage that's, like, just super, like, gay and shit, and it's just gay because you're gay and your marriage is gay. Right, I support your right to say it, and I expect you to respect my right to say it how I say it, to talk about it how I talk about it as your gay marriage. And I'm only doing it to fuck with you, right? I genuinely don't care. But that's what I'm all about, is for new listeners, because there has been a format change. There has been, like, change in technologies, and I've decided to start live streaming this, like I said at the very start or whatever. But I just want to make it very clear that this is being, it's going out completely live now, unedited. It's just, oh, fuck.
First class white trash you probably don't recycle. You probably don't recycle. First class white trash you probably don't recycle. You probably don't recycle.
Yeah, that is a quote, a chant from an Antifa. I just wanted to have a sip of wine, so that's why I played that one. Yeah, that's just how it's going to be. Okay, so we've gone through the intro, haven't we? Yeah, we've gone into that. So we're into the first story. Now, recently there has been this thing. It's like a I don't know, for American listeners, it's like a county fair, if that makes sense. Like, there's this thing that's it's a fair basically, like, and like cows and shit and rural fucking farmyard crap, ends up. Well, it comes around. It's that, and there's like fucking hillbillies or whatever, people with like born with cleft palates and 8 fingers, and that's how they're born. Operating dodgy machinery that is heavy by 1920s standards, but by today's standards is just archaic. It's like bearings that wouldn't you wouldn't put in your fucking Holden Astra, but they're fucking there. You are putting your kids in it. Yeah, I think that's a fair, isn't it? A county fair or whatever. Anyway, we have one of these things, and they happen throughout Australia during the year. Obviously, at different times in different states, because the inbreds need to move about the place. Yeah, these are the inbreds that work, not the inbreds that we import. I'll just let that hang because, You're fucking a white male! Yes, I am. Yes, I most certainly am. And you know what? I do not apologise for that. Anyway, we have these fucking, these inbreds. You're fucking a white male! Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway, we have these inbreds coming up. What was I saying? Oh, and they're running these things. Yeah, what was I saying about it? I've completely forgotten. I just started pushing buttons on my own, and I got distracted. I was talking about the show. Anyway, we have these county fairs, and this is the new trend, and apparently it started off in the US. So anyone in the US might already know about this, but liquid nitrogen popcorn at Royal Adelaide show raises health concerns. That's right. It might be the coolest new trend at the Royal Adelaide show, rather. But there are health warnings over popcorn doused in liquid nitrogen. More than just a cup of colourful corn. I've had way too much wine. The novelty food can make you blow smoke from your nostrils. Well, that's just because what's coming out your nostrils is colder than the air around it. See, if this was happening in like the dead of winter, that might be something you can be concerned about. But nitrous pop store holder Georgia Miller said the treat was completely safe and decided to bring it to Adelaide after seeing it in action in the US. So this broad's seen it in the US and she's decided to bring it back to Australia. What, do they have fucking international carny conventions or whatever? Anyway, she goes on to say, it's just normal popcorn, but you mix it with liquid nitrogen, she said. It's cold and crunchy. Yeah, of course it is, because it's been cooled down to like, ridiculously cold temperature. Yeah, you can make fucking ice cream with liquid nitrogen. You just put cream or like milk with liquid nitrogen, and then you end up with fucking, ice cream or iced milk or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, this is nothing new. But apparently it's freaking people out. You know why? Because to fucking idiots, this is something new. Oh my god, there's like a liquid, like, oh, this is like that, really, really old movie, Terminator 2, with like the liquid guy who gets, that stuff pours on him, and yeah, it's called fucking, yeah, the liquid nitrogen guy was basically just mercury being filmed running along a floor, and then That's a liquid at room temperature. That's why it used to be used in thermometers and not anymore. Now all our thermometers are alcohol based and the alcohol's coloured red so you can see it moving up the thermometer. Yeah, the popcorn comes in 5 flavours though. Bubblegum, strawberry, caramel, orange and grape. Yeah. See, here's the thing. The show used to be a thing back when I was young because video games were like at their best. Duck Hunt on Nintendo 60, not even Nintendo 64. It was like, Duck Hunt on the original, Nintendo Entertainment System. That was as good as shit was. I don't know, I guess because there's the show bag element, and these show bags are, to anyone looking from the outside, they are the stupidest, dumbest, fucking most Ricky Retardoed most thing you could ever imagine. They're basically promotion bags. That's how they started out. Back in the 50s when this Royal Adelaide show started, they used to be these promotional how do I start? You know what happens in Hollywood now, where they have those what they called swag bags or whatever the fuck they are, where people get given these fucking these tote bags full of fucking free shit or whatever the fuck it is at the at these celebrity events or whatever. They just get given a tote bag full of shit. I'm not talking fucking insanely right now, am I? Or am I? Yeah, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. These tote bags full of shit or whatever. And, they would get given it and they would talk about something that was in it, and, whoever had put it in there for free would consider that awesome promotion for their business or whatever. Yeah, well, nowadays people pay to be advertised to. And that is something that's been happening since I was a child, I am 100% guilty of it, which is being paid to be advertised to. I did it all the time as a fucking kid. When it was a show bags, when I was an actual child, where I would actually, we'd save up money, recycle cans and do all this shit to actually spend money on paid advertisements. We'd pay to buy their advertisements. That's what's going on at the show. And I went from that, I went from doing that to thinking I was smarter than that as a teenager, where I was paying to advertise for sporting companies and to advertise for bands and shit, because I'd be wearing, a Wu-Tang t-shirt, Nike shoes, Nike fucking, tracksuit pants or whatever, and, a fucking Eminem fucking baseball cap or fucking a Nike baseball cap. Yeah, all that shit. I was, I've spent the better half of my life, and I say better half when I really should be saying longer half. More aware, self-aware half. So the longest part of my life, the most self-aware part of my life, from, child to fucking now, all through teenager, even though that's still technically child. But I've been a shill for these fucking corporate machines. So I don't feel anything I think anyone who gets fucking hurt from eating this fucking popcorn, way to bring it back. Well done, Adam. It's, as this woman says, it's just normal popcorn, but you mix it with liquid nitrogen, she said. It's cold and crunchy. The popcorn comes in 5 flavours. I already said this before. Bubblegum, strawberry, caramel, orange, and grape. But there have been concerns. U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued a warning last week on foods made with liquid nitrogen at the point of consumption. Why doesn't that go without saying? How long have we had microwaves for? And people still think there's something wrong with microwaves. But pouring liquid nitrogen over something you are literally within the next 2 seconds going to put into your fucking mouth, then we need, like, you know, somebody to step in and say, hey, do you think that is a good idea? That's how fucking stupid we are now. That microwaves, something that all they do is fucking vibrate water molecules. So that through friction, not microwaves, through friction, the food in the microwave thing gets fucking, you know, heat. Through friction, not through the microwaves. The microwaves just vibrate water molecules. Without water, there is no friction, there is no heat in a microwave. So if it doesn't have moisture in it, it won't get hot. There's nothing nuclear, there's nothing fucking dangerous about it. It just makes water molecules dance. That's it. Now I started to take a toke on my fucking vape stick, or what do you call it, vaporizer? I don't even know. I feel like a douchebag for using it, but I'm quite addicted to nicotine, so it's so much fucking cheaper. And I know how much of a douchebag it makes me look like, and I'm fully aware. I am a self-aware fucking douchebag when it comes to my vaping, but yeah. I just don't know. I don't care because it's so much fucking cheaper. And now I'm trying to get this. Oh, here we go. Screen working. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Warning, you know, the foods about the liquid nitrogen. Oh, that's right. At the point of consumption. Yeah, of course. You should be putting liquid nitrogen in your mouth. We've all seen Terminator 2, even though that's not based on, you know, actual reality. We've all seen Terminator 2, so don't put fucking liquid nitrogen popcorn in your mouth. Why are you trusting carnies? Why are you trusting people who are such people? No, fuck it, who am I saying? These people are not fucking, like, you know, geniuses or whatever. If they were actually that good at operating and, you know, working on machinery, do you think they'd be running the zipper at the Royal Adelaide show? Or would they be working on SpaceX? Like, these are not people you should be putting your life in the hands of. Hell, I'm not somebody you should solely put your life in the hands of. I work on shit. I work on, like, you know, I'm not going to get specific in it. I'm not a mechanic, but I do build shit that goes on cars. I do work on things that go on cars that keep people alive in that. But I am one of many people who builds shit that ends up on the fucking car. This is my point. You should not just trust me. You should not just trust them. Now, I'm a born and bred tradesperson. I've been doing this manufacturing shit my fucking whole adult life. Do I know what I'm doing? Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. Can you trust anything that I give you that will, you know, go on your car? Can you trust that not to fucking, you know, break on you or, you know, not to fucking hurt you, you know, from me doing my job's standpoint? Yes. Absolutely. I guarantee that. But I'm not the only person. And secondly, would you put your life or the life of your children, because that's what happens when you put them on these rides, in the hands of me and me alone? Because who do you think is working on those things? You think there's a fucking team of people who come in? No. No. You know, it's... how do I explain it? It's... Yeah. It's like these fucking tour guides that used to go up fucking Ayers Rock. Or fucking... Uluru, as, you know, every fucking lefty's gonna want to call it. You know what, and I can see calling it Uluru, I don't care or whatever, I just called it Ayers Rock because I knew it might upset somebody. So I'll continue to call it Ayers Rock. I have no problem calling it Uluru, I'll switch back and forth between the two. Yeah, but what was I saying? I was totally making a point with that, wasn't I? Or was I not? Was I just rambling and rambling off on some fucking tangent? Yeah, I think I might have been. Anyway, SA Health spokeswoman, blah, 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 Joanne Cammons said the general advice that liquid nitrogen was non-toxic when used correctly. Well, nitrogen is 70% of air. So, you know, what I'm breathing right now, admittedly, probably too heavy, considering how close I am to this microphone, but I'm also fucking trying to drink a coffee cup, rather, full of wine at the same time. What's up? Yeah, but like I was saying, yeah, nitrogen is 70% of what what you and I are breathing right now. And, you know, air makes up fucking 8% or some shit like that. Yeah, it's fuck all. It's a health spokeswoman, blah, 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 said non-toxic correctly could cause severe damage to internal organs, skins, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you have to, like, breathe it right fucking in and let it get into you. And at that point, if, you know, this Royal Adelaide show was a couple of weeks ago, and the show is never during that, like, warm of a period. Like, you could probably blow, like, you know, and get some, like, you know, visual off your breath through, like, you know, temperature difference without the aid of liquid nitrogen at the time this was going on. So, nah. No, I'm calling bullshit. And this article, I'm fairly certain, goes on to not say anything about, obviously, we would advise people with asthma to avoid eating anything that comes in a gas form, as this may accelerate the symptoms. Okay, you can't eat anything if it's in a gas form, you dumb fucking broad. Seriously? We would avoid you eating anything that's in a gas form. We'd also avoid, like, we'd love you if you could avoid drinking any solids, because both are going to be quite difficult. You fucking dopey bitch. Seriously. What the fuck? Let's see what she goes on. Like, I don't really care what she has to say at this point. Like, you know, we'd avoid you from eating gases. I would avoid you from accidentally sucking dick. But you seem like you're so dumb. Accidentally sucking dick could be a possibility. Blah, blah, blah. Someone gave it a taste test, and yeah, I bet you did. You whore. You absolute fucking whore.
You fucking whore. Yeah, that's it. Go home. Get my dinner ready.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, she was a whore.
You're goddamn right. A female academic was offended. This is our next story that we're going on with. Yeah, we're still recording on the thing. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just checking the time there to make sure everything was still going as according to, you know, inappropriately planned. A female academic was offended when airline crew wouldn't call her doctor, then another feminist. This is just a great. I don't know who wrote this, but yeah, well done. Another feminist called cabin crew, quote, trolley dollies. A bun fight, well done, has broken out on social media over whether university academics should always be addressed by their titles when travelling on Australian Airlines. Where are we? A female lecturer miffed. Whoever wrote this is using words deliberately, and I am fucking loving it. A female lecturer miffed at not being addressed as doctor on a recent Qantas flight sparked a Twitter war after a fellow academic jumped to her defense, posting a GIF, it should be anyway, a GIF of woman in heels dragging an axe and labeling airline staff, quote, trolley dollies. Yeah, see, here's the thing, academics. When you belittle the people who actually keep you alive, the people that you actually, the people that you think know less than you do, but the people who actually, work a damn sight harder than you do, and, you're an academic. Let me just put, I'll put it that way. You are an academic. You know about philosophy. You know about theory. You know nothing about action. You know nothing about reality. You think you know objective shit. No, you don't. You've gone from school to another form of school, back to another form of school, to teaching, which is just another form of school. Yeah, you don't know what's going on. The idea that you should be called doctor on a flight? No. Fuck off. Absolutely fuck off. No, I don't give a fuck. Why should you be called doctor on a flight because you did fucking 8 years or whatever in philosophy at Adelaide Uni or fucking somewhere like that? No. The reason you're not called doctor is because on a flight, if they scream out, is anybody here a doctor? Nobody gives a shit about your fucking PhD in fucking, clinical psychology. Okay? Is anybody here a doctor? Does not apply to fucking Jordan B. Peterson. Oh, what the bloody hell do you mean it doesn't apply to me? Oh, Jesus Christ, that was such a terrible... I need to work on it.
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
Yeah, well done. But no, it doesn't apply to fucking, Dr. Carl or Dr. Phil. No, they don't want to know if you're that kind of doctor. They want to know if you're a fucking medical person who can actually help. Is anybody here a nurse? Would actually be a more appropriate cry for help on, in a supermarket or fucking on a plane or anywhere like that. But, we don't hear about that because apparently there's a patriarchy who's always just trying to hold down women. And I'm not a part of that. I always support women. And there's meant to be a clip playing right now, which, it isn't. OBS disconnected, reconnecting. Okay, this might mean that we're, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. I just got like a message up that things might not be going good with the fact that it's live streaming, but it is still live recording. So yeah, I guess we can go ahead. With it. Okay. Yeah, we won't I won't try and go too generic with anything as, we're going on and I have no idea where I was going with that. Yeah, female lecturers were miffed after a Twitter war. Dr. Samuel Odwa, an Australian academic working as a senior lecturer at the University of Exeter in the UK, who describes herself in her Twitter profile as a feminist with a dodgy thyroid, fired post she describes herself as a feminist with a dodgy thyroid. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean that she's like a fat feminist? Because that feminist covers that. Does that mean that she, hang on, with her dodgy thyroid, does that mean that she looks kind of like well, I don't know, does it mean she either looks Down syndrome in appearance or Down syndrome in, like, you know, weight gain? Because either way, both, you know, that's all encompassing in the fact that she describes herself as a feminist. I mean, you say feminist, I assume you look like a, Down syndrome, but you hurt somebody. Yeah, where was I going with that? Oh, right, this woman. Hey Qantas, my name is Dr. O'Dwyer. My ticket says Dr. O'Dwyer. Yes, it says Dr. O'Dwyer. Should have got that from the South Park. Anyway. Do not look at my ticket. Do not look at my ticket. Look at me. Look back at my ticket. Decide it's a typo and call me Miss O'Dwyer. I did not spend 8 years at university to be called Miss, she tweeted. Yeah, you also didn't spend 8 years at university to become an actual doctor, a medical doctor. Like, you didn't spend 8 years at university and have the ability to fucking perform CPR. A short fucking couple of hour TAFE course can teach you CPR. Your 8 years at university didn't even teach you that. The flight attendants, the dolly trolleys, as you fucking feminists put them, because they're more attractive than you, they have better personalities than you. The reason they have better personalities and the attractiveness is because they don't assume that everything is because of a negative opinion of them. They don't view it that way. They just go, oh, that person's not nice, and move on with their day. That's something you can't do. That's why all feminists are ugly and all attractive women are either non-political or right-wing. Yeah, you didn't spend 8 years at fucking university to be called doctor. You did spend 8 years at university. You know, okay, maybe someone should call you doctor over miss. But as far as on a plane is concerned, no. The 8 years you spend at university don't mean dick. Yes, that's right. Dick. When it comes to you being called doctor on a plane, because you are not a medical professional. And that's what the term doctor is reserved for in an emergency situation. And guess what is a possibility on a plane? Well, as somebody who wants to be referred to by their fucking 8-year university course, I'm sure you're very well versed in what should and should not be said on planes. I'm assuming I can't say, look at that mono-browed brown cunt, check him for a bomb, without you being offended. Even though my accuracy outweighs your offense. Yeah, but anyway, this bitch goes on. This fucking dopey broad goes on to get fucking, acclaim, of course, from fucking other dopey broads. Among her Australian academic supporters, Dr. Mel Thompson, some other fucking broad, who describes herself as a recovering academic microbiologist adrift in Queensland, and a bad feminist from Geelong and Melbourne. Okay, so that just means that you just suck at everything. I mean, you describe yourself as a recovering academic microbiologist. So that tells me that you brought into the whole fucking, there is no biology difference between men and women, which went against everything you studied, everything you learned, despite the fact that you were a girl, everything you did at high school, everything you did at the primary school level and the university, up until, definitely the primary school and high school level, everything you done there, Mel Thompson, Dr. Mel Thompson, everything you did, you just shit in the face of by going with this fucking, this fucking feminist horse shit that fucking, there is no fucking microbiology, there is no biology. That's what you're going with. You are a microbiologist siding with feminists in 2018. Yeah. You are like somebody calling themselves a professor in thermodynamics and then saying that winter is coming. I don't know. I've never seen Game of Thrones. Was that a good reference? Was that not? I don't know, but I feel like it meant something. So I said it. And that's the difference between me and you, Mel. I fucking mean it when I say it. I don't fucking study something and then go, oh, wow, that goes against my politics, so I'll just fucking deny everything. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? I'm being paid by Comedy Central, so I'm just gonna fucking act like I've fucking always respected women. I've always respected women and Comedy Central. I never talk about South Park or agree with anything they say because they could be considered right-wing nowadays. So I'll just stay away from that whole subject. Same with, people like Anthony Cumia. I'll just stay away from that completely. Anyway, if you don't know who I'm referring to, let fucking bygones be fucking bygones, eh? Yeah, let bygones be bygones. Anyhow, this fucking airline tart just starts referring to fucking the women who didn't refer to her as a doctor because, she's not a fucking medical doctor, therefore not the kind of doctor who's useful on a plane. Like I said, Jordan Peterson, not useful on a plane unless there's a terrorist situation, in which case, I don't know.
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
Yeah, that could be a thing. I mean, who would you rather on a plane? Him or fucking...
I don't hate men, but I wonder how a man would feel if they'd have lived my
Hannah Gadsby.
life. Because it was a man who sexually abused me when I was a child. Okay. It was a man who beat the shit out of me when I was 17, my prime.
Oh,
it was
your
two
prime.
men who raped me when I was barely in my 20s.
Yeah, I know who I'd rather want on a plane with me. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, anyway. Where was I going to with this thing? I was going somewhere, but I feel like I need to stop. How long have we been going? 45 minutes. That's not too bad. But anyway, we might go into a sketch and we might go into something else. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Oh, nothing. Anyway, let's go into a thing.
Are you tired of your kids cluttering up your home? Sick of a simple thing like popping down the shops turning into a full afternoon? Well, you need Kid Cage, the all-in-one solution to your child rearing problems. Kid Cage is a patented soundproof box large enough to hold up to 15 children but small enough to fit in the back corner of your office or home study. Simply top up the water bottle and food tray and get on with your day.
Ever since getting the Kid Cage, my life has become stress and hassle-free. I mean, I haven't even seen my kids in like almost 6 weeks. Actually, I should probably check on them to see if they're still alive.
And cleaning is a breeze. Simply attach a garden hose to the Kid Cage, plug it into a standard 240-volt outlet, and Kid Cage's automatic car wash technology does the rest. Order within the next 20 minutes and we'll upgrade you to a Kid Cage Pro absolutely free. Kid Cage Pro comes with features not seen in the standard Kid Cage, such as air holes, a child-sized hamster wheel so your kids get the exercise they need, and two-way mirror sighting so your kids can see you but you don't have to look at them. Parenting the way it should be with Kid Cage and Kid Cage Pro. Another quality product from Sage Solutions. Sage Solutions, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and we're back, and you know what? We're getting into some crime. Oh, I missed the button.
Cops fighting crime in a future time.
You swear one more fucking time and I'll put you in the lockup for the night for disorderly. Just like last time, I'll deny your bail and some big fella's going to play with your arsehole through the night. If that's what you want, say one more fucking swear word.
Yeah, and I'm pouring wine. Well, I should be reading out the first crime. And I have to put the bottle down. A student accused of stabbing at Adelaide Catholic School has anger management issues. Yes, I read that correctly. A student charged with stabbing another girl. That's right, this is bitch on bitch. A student charged with stabbing another girl at a prestigious Adelaide Catholic school in a random attack did not have a psychotic break, but instead had an issue with anger management and a lack of empathy, a court has heard. I just felt as I was reading that I needed to get posher and more like Sherlock Holmesy as I read it. So hang on, I'm just going to take a sip of red wine because that should help. A student. No, not really. A student. That sounds American. What the fuck is that voice? A student charged with stabbing another girl. Yeah, blah blah blah. You know what? I can't get the voice. I was going to say, oh, that's right. Should I say, a student charged with stabbing another girl at a prestigious Adelaide Catholic school in a random attack did not have a psychotic break, but instead had issues with anger management and a lack of empathy, a court has heard. Like, what the fuck does that mean? A lack... Right, but instead had issues with anger management and a lack of empathy. Yeah, that's called being a psycho. A psychotic break, as it went on, like as it previously said. On Wednesday, Youth Court Magistrate Tim Boxall released the 14-year-old girl who cannot be named for legal reasons on strict home detention bail with electronic monitoring. But he continued a suppression order, which was opposed by the advertiser. Why would it be opposed by a newspaper? That's weird. Banning the publication about many details surrounding the case. Okay, that makes sense. Right, so the advertiser was banned from publishing details surrounding the case. Oh, well done for making me think you deserve my subscription. In this instance alone. Despite arguing that the case was in the public interest, Magistrate Boxall continued the order on the basis police had not taken all witness assertions, statements. Yeah, he didn't say assessments. It said statements. That was my dyslexia and my shaking my head with witness statements. My shaking head. I saw that as assessments. That's dyslexia +1 plus shaking your head back and forth. But he did express surprise that it had taken investigation so long to do so. Yeah, I don't remember where we're at in the story any more than you do. She is accused of stabbing another female student, 17, in the shoulder, in a bathroom at the school, which can also not be named for legal reasons, at about 3 p.m. August 1. Okay, so she stabbed another girl in the shoulder in a bathroom at 3 p.m. on a school day. That's basically like half hour before you're getting out of that school. Like, seriously? You couldn't wait like 15 minutes? Like, if you're in a bathroom at that time, you're not in class. Because class is going to end when you're in the bathroom. If you were asked to go to the bathroom at that kind of time at school, you would have to be told, oh, can't you just wait 5 minutes? Well, I don't know. Yeah, is the way, you know, am I remembering things differently? Because as far as I remember, the people at school that had to obey the orders and they were fucking children. Yeah, that's right. Children. As in, they do as you fucking tell them. You stupid fucking, oh my god. You overly progressive dickholes. They're supposed to do what you tell them to fucking do. Not the other way of fucking around. But, you know, here we the fucking are. Yeah, that's right. I'm just going to keep saying fucking because I'm slurring that word nicely at the moment. And, yeah. I'm drinking more wine out my coffee mug. Fuck you. Yeah, well, this girl has been charged. What happened? That's right. She stabbed another chick at a fucking private high school, but you know they're trying to blame it on the her emotion. The underlying issue is anger management and a lack of empathy. Yeah, of course it's anger management and a lack of empathy. All fucking violent crimes. Every time some guy gets his head punched in by another guy, guess what it is? Anger management and a lack of empathy. That's called violence. Yeah, that's one of the things where it doesn't fucking have a gender thing. It just fucking is. Yeah. Like, you know, we're all fucking violent and yeah, we all have manga. Yeah, some of us have manga. You know, they're more the fucking, you know, I guess the fuck, why am I vaguing on that? The non-drunk ones, that's who it is. Who was I going to say? I was going to say the more left-wing fucking liberal or whatever fucking... I was trying to make some reference to fucking manga anime. Man, it just wasn't happening. The underlying rather issue is anger management. Yada yada. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Yeah, that's basically where it is on that. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. But what I do need is, this is the first live episode, and I have nothing to cut to. I cut to a fucking sketch before, and what I'm about to cut to next, well, it's nothing.
Are you tired of your kids cluttering up your
home?
That's not it. Sick of it.
That's sorry. I'll be back in a minute. Hooray. Alright, let's try. Letters. Okay, so, letters to the editor. First letter is, underhanded moves. Yeah, let me just find my mouse. It's way up there. Why are we, the public, surprised by the recent events? Banks and financial institutions have been caught with their underhanded ways over many years. Churches and institutions have also tried to conceal and turn a blind eye to abuse until caught out. The increase in bullying by children and other children's reflection of the bullying by adults in all areas of the workplace, and it happened every day of the week. The children mimic adults. They know that by observation that the adult bullies do indeed prosper, and are seldom caught out because of their positions of power. They are often recognized, but their actions are underdressed in many workplaces. Whistleblower reporting of all of the above is seldom to be able to address the problems. This has been my observation at the age of 75, but in the workforce. And now, and that's from Val Pestro, Oakton. Well, you know what, Val? It sounds like you're trying to fucking promote socialism. Yeah, the blah 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 power. Everything's about power. The bullies do indeed prosper and power, and are seldom caught out because of their positions of power. If that isn't some Marxist horse shit, then I don't know what the fuck is. No, fuck you, Val. Yeah, Val Pasta. Yeah, Val go, yeah. Very much a communist. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Val. Famous Dolphins is our second letter. Let's assume, for the sake of conservation, that newborn baby dolphin can swim at 10 kilometers an hour, so they could get out of the way of speedboats. But should they have to? They are living in a world They are living in a world-famous dolphin sanctuary, not a speedboat / jet ski sanctuary. Ban them all from the Port River. And that is from Robert Easterman, Port Adelaide. And you know what I like about that? This is like an animal fucking rights activist who, whether he realizes it or not, is a pro-life activist. Because let's all assume, for the sake of conservation, that newborn baby dolphin can swim at 10 kilometers an hour, so they can get out of the way of speedboats. Then he poses the question, but should they have to? They are living in a world-famous dolphin sanctuary, not a speedboat / jet ski sanctuary. And he is absolutely 100% fucking right. Let's assume, for the sake of conservation, that the newborn baby dolphin can swim at 10 kilometers an hour. Let's assume that, for the sake of conservation of the human species, rather, that 10-week-old fetuses can survive outside of the womb. But should they have to? Now, there's a question. Yeah, that's what I don't think this fucking... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we can't ask fucking, baby dolphin to outrun a fucking speedboat, but we can ask fucking, fucking infant fucking Sebastian to outrun a pair of tongs. Okay. No, it's not... It's nice to know where our priorities stand as a species. And it's not self-preservation. And, we're the only ones who can save any other species, but hey, let's just ignore that fact, shan't we? Let's. Diesel praise. As climate change gets further grip on Australia, we in the direst continent can appreciate the forward-thinking by a previous state government investing in South Australia's largest desalination plant at Port Stanvic, Potchefstroom. As always, critics said it's too large and costly, and yet we've all known it will only cost more the longer we leave this type of development, i.e. having the cost of duplication of the Southern Expressway and bridges, regardless of any sustainable outcome from the Murray River Basin fiasco. At least Adelaide has a means of usable water. We as a society do not want to be in the crisis of Cape Town. South Africa found itself recently. Cape Town has had a similar climate to SA, so complacency must not occur. And that is from Glenn Channelwealth, Galway North. Well, Glenn, the reason that Cape Town has had such a serious problem with drought and lack of water has nothing to do with climate change. You brainwashed fucktard. Yes, I call you that. Brainwashed. No, the reason Cape Town was having such a problem with fresh water and regulated water and whatever was because they decided that there had to be a 50-50 split between white and black people in the workforce when it comes to everything. And, especially that, what was happening with the engineers working at the plants where all the water was coming from. They decided that needed to be 50% white people and 50% black people, not the 98% black people that it was. And guess what? They lost 40 8% of their workforce. Yeah, immediately. I don't know how it worked in the long run, but yeah, basically the reason that there was such a problem in South Africa with everything was simply because they refused to hire white people. And it turned out that the overwhelming majority of people who wanted to work for them and help them with their crisis were white people, and so they didn't hire that overwhelming majority because of, affirmative action. That's why they went fucking, cunt up, as it were. That's why they had so many problems with fucking water. And, water is something you should never have a fucking problem with as a Western country. Water is something you should never have a fucking problem with as a first world country. Water is never something you should have a problem with as a modern day fucking human. Yet here we are in a world where fucking apparently fucking, modern day fucking things, well, at least according to the movies I've seen, like Black Panther, where, the fact that, white people reigned over the country for a shitload of time, yeah, all that means nothing, according to the fucking, yeah. Anywho, how long have we been going for? You know what? This has been long enough. This has been something. Yeah, this has been episode 69. Dinner for Two. I think I called it something else though. I was a little more clever with what I put it as before. Content for Dinner for Two, some shit like that. Either way, it was, a load of horse crap, and this has been the episode. This has been what it has been, and, yeah. Yeah, meow cat. Meow. No, fuck you.